Hello everyone! Welcome to another stream, welcome to another tournament. Today we're playing an intermediate one, because I'm officially intermediate. And I hope you're all gonna have a good time. I'm just gonna do some more admin, because we have a few people who aren't checked in yet. I'm just gonna remind the remaining people to check in. Just give them another moment to get ready. So I think about everybody has gotten back to me by now. And I'm gonna try and learn vampire counts. So that's the faction I am looking to play today. Okay, none of the people who aren't checked in. So I'm going to generate in a moment. Okay, get the post ready. And the goblins. Round 1 is 5. So, check one last time if anyone has finally checked in. Okay, we are gonna have an odd number, I think. But we're gonna be more than 16, so we're gonna have the long format, or the long playoffs actually. I have a feeling somebody's going to come in 1 second after I finalize and is going to ask to join, but let's just get going and generate the bracket. And let's see if we can cook something up. Okay, I have a buy round in the first round. Fantastic. So I'm going to pick one of you guys to cast. I think I'm going to watch Manlum. Okay. And then we should see. Alright guys, sorry to reconnect to the internet there. I think I must have been offline for a moment, but hopefully I'm back now. Hopefully now I can join this lobby. Seems to work. Very nice. And I'm going to put up the blocker, and we're going to have a good time. Nice. So guys, who's watching? So the counts are already ready. Okay. Ooh, he is cooking. This is going to be an interesting one, definitely. Yes, I was just asked in DM about the new restriction on the list. I hope that all the Chaos Dwarf players are going to keep that in mind. I have banned the Chalice of Blood and Darkness because it still works as it did pre-nerf. So originally, when it came out, whenever a spell was cast, the item popped a heal for the wearer, which is the Sorcerer Prophet. And it was then nerfed to only trigger when a spell is cast within 100 meters. But it doesn't work like that. It actually triggers every time a spell is cast, as long as any enemy unit is within 100 meters of the wearer, which is basically always. So yeah, every time somebody casts a spell, the caster lord of the Chaos Dwarfs would heal, and that is why the item has been banned. It is much stronger than it's supposed to be. So we have only one player, so I'm just going to message them. Yeah, just message them. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, he's taking his sweet time, getting to the maximum of 10 minutes to get ready here. Okay, let's remove the blocker. Okay. Okay, we have here Rogue AI on Lizardman against Mandem on Vampire Counts. This is Glinty Tooth's Crag. And we're gonna see how it goes. We have, oh, lots of flyers. Salamander, the ancient variety, some skirms, chameleon skinks, and the skink cohort with tic-tac-toe on the flyer, and the skink priest of heavens on foot. Okay, the slow variety. And over here we have Kemler with the double banshee. It's a weird looking icon, I've never seen that before. Corpse card of Balefire and a regular corpse card. Okay, he's the cheapo version. Ah, it imbues the flaming and magical attacks. Okay, that's interesting. And then we have Blood Knights with lances, and Graveguard with the halberds, and chaff, zombies, and the tithe. Okay, so half chaff, half elite. Lots of focus on magical damage. The banshees certainly cooking here. And we're gonna see. Okay, alright, this is not a matchup I'm terribly familiar with. Haven't seen it many times. But we'll see. The map is an interesting one. I think from the counts perspective, you want to go for these two objectives in the middle, 2 and 3, rather than trying to bridge this terrain here in the middle. But yeah, we'll see what Manlam opts to do. The Lizardman strategy here is probably to remove the key pieces from the field here by taking out the 2 corpse cards and then maybe targeting the Lord here. I could imagine that being the strategy. They don't have magic attacks, none of them, so they wouldn't be good against the banshees here. And the corpse cards have 15 missile resist, 20 fire resist, and that's it. And I think the Balefire gives fire resist as well. Yeah, 20%. Flame resist, so if those have the flaming bolas here, yes they do, they're going to be mitigated to a certain degree. These guys don't have magic damage either. I think nothing has. Yeah, nothing on the Lizardman roster has magic attack, so these 2 guys here, or these 2 ladies I should say, they should be cooking to a degree. Okay, so for now we have a double cap at the hands of the Lizardmen, and the Flyers have decided to delete the Graveguard. Okay, that's certainly a way to generate a decent amount of value. They're already crumbling, and at this pace they can probably remove all of the Graveguard halberds and maybe some of the cav with their ranged attacks. If they keep this up, they're still firing, surpassing the relatively high armor on the Graveguard of 90. And let's see what the SE squad is doing over here. Okay, Kemler is attacking tic-tac-toe on foot. That's actually not a terrible idea. Catching tic-tac-toe with the lances here, that might just be enough to give him the advantage here. The 2 Banshees are actually beelining for the Ancient Salamander, trying to take out that expensive piece. They might just do it. They're pretty tough and have a decent amount of damage. We have the Chameleon Stalkers coming in with the precursor ammo. Okay, the Flyers a bit idle here in the back. Ah, yeah, they're not idle, they're actually shooting. But I think they're so clumped up, they might be obstructing each other with their firing arcs. So maybe loosen up this formation. I mean, this is the one matchup where you really don't have to worry about being in the wrong place, because you can't be shot, and the only thing that can get you is other Flyers. But let's see. Let's see if they're going to cook here. Okay, they deleted the Lancers with Cold One Spear Riders. Kemmler is stuck here in this blob, but probably going to get relieved by the Cav. Let's see how Tic-Tac-Toe is doing. Ah, he healed, okay. Is he caster? I didn't even know that. Okay. And what's happening? Okay. So, in this blob, the Skinks have been routed. The Spear Riders are almost routed. And surprisingly, tanky Kemmler is just cooking in here with the Sorcies, which are also wavering at this point. They are sitting at half health with most of their models still there. Charged by the Dire Pack. That should be the end of the Spear Riders. Or actually, no, they charged them into the Colossedon Riders. They're gonna get a Wind Blast. Ah, it's the Heavens Caster. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Wind Blast, Chain Lightning, and Harmonic Convergence. That seems to work out alright, but the capture weight situation is not great. Even though there's units around, the caster should be on the point. The ranged here should be on the point. Ah, yeah, okay, I was confused earlier. Tic-Tac-Toe hadn't actually taken damage. This caster had taken the damage. And now Tic-Tac-Toe is in there in the fight. I confused the 2 images. These Flyers here still farming value, but yeah, and that actually shows on the value meter here. So I think the approach from Rogue AI is just to farm value here in the early game, to then overwhelm Manlum. But with the counts, I'm not sure if that's going to work, because oftentimes the counts win on a serious value deficit, and I think it should have been possible with all the lazy backfield here to just cap this point in good time. So this is a lot of damage on the Skink Priest of Heavens. He might be chased off the map by the dogs or by Kemmler in person, and this fight is not looking great. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the bats are a bit waste here. They're not really doing damage against the Pterodon Riders. Okay, here we have the move. 2 Skink units trying to cap the points to alleviate the triple cap. But still, I see the counts favored here. Even though the value trading says otherwise. But, you know, never trust the value meter. Doesn't track healing at all. And what spells do we have on Kemmler? Where is he there? Kemmler. Wind of Death, and that's it. Oh no, and Raise Dead and Nehek. Okay. He has the heal, so he probably used it on something already. And let's see what the Pterodon Riders are going to do now. Are they going to target the corpse cards, or are they going to target more of the more elite units? Maybe the Crypt Horrors. Any of those that really don't want to be shot, they're targeting into the... the Tithe. Okay, they're farming the RRs. Over here, some dogs and bats were tried to stop the cap, but I think that's probably a wasted effort. That's 800 gold down the drain that are not going to accomplish anything, because they're 2 units that are not... They're not designed for this purpose. I know this because I did the same thing in a match not too long ago, and it didn't go my way. So clearly, I wouldn't try that again. Okay, the Banshees are still cooking here in the background, keeping the Ancient Salamander busy. And you see, like, he's not dead. He's half dead, and he probably will just about die at the end of the match, but hasn't used any of the ammo. So wasting, keeping this guy busy, It's probably not cost effective. They could have done something more, but still a good play to keep a dangerous, potentially dangerous unit out of the match. The flyers are still flying. They're still shooting into what? Is that Kemmler? Crypt Horrors. Okay, they're targeting the Crypt Horrors now. That's probably a good use of their ammo. But they're going to be out of ammo relatively soon, and then they're going to have to be used in melee. 26, 22 is not the most amazing stat line. So let's see if that pays out for our player here. And here we have the capture weight back in the... What is this? Black Knights. Okay, that was a good call. They tidied up the entire force here on the point, so I'm gonna have to probably eat my words here, because now it's only Tic-Tac-Toe left, and because he's a flyer, he doesn't have... Oops. Tic-Tac-Toe. Because he's a flyer, he doesn't have capture weight. So now Tic-Tac-Toe is going to be kept busy by the bats, and the horses can slowly capture back this point, probably just in time before this point is captured, if it is even captured, because some of the zombies are pulling back into this point. There's some shooting out here, so it's the correct decision of the Vampire Counts player, Manlum, to push back and keep these ranged units busy. I think that's a good call. And even though it makes it a little bit dodgy because he's playing in the backfield of his opponent, close to the reinforcement points, it's still going to work out just fine because of the capture point situation and because of the over exposure of these units. Right. So if you don't want to get these guys to shoot to their heart's delight. Removal of these spear riders is a bit tricky, but I guess okay. Do they have some bombs? I think they have bombs. Yeah, they have the drop rocks. Okay, so they might do that now. They haven't done it already. If they did earlier, then I missed it. And okay, triple capped again. The points are so far away from Rogue AI that it's probably going to be impossible to get them back. The value lead is stable, 2,500. So yeah, this could go either way at that point, because the vampire counts are a bit few and far between at this point. I think this is about time to pull back for Manlum onto the second point, which is the middle objective, and slowly but surely pull it back and play the retreat. A slow, deliberate retreat, maintaining the points for as long as possible. I think the cav here in the back point probably should have delayed the capture by the cav from the lizardman here. Probably could have eked out a good 30 seconds or a minute of a delay, just running in circles and evading the spear riders, delaying the capture, which is slow enough as it is, but a full health cavalry unit with 4 capture weight, is going to take 25 seconds to capture a point when unopposed. Okay. And let's see what's going on. Okay. This point is finally captured. Yeah, and it didn't matter in the end. There's more than enough time to hold here, and there isn't enough to be done.
There is only defeat.
Okay, I'm gonna save the replay in case I ever want to watch it again. And we're gonna take a look at the value. I'm gonna also take a look at the brackets for a moment, just to make sure that not everybody else is also finished. Nope, 3 matches are still being played. So we can have a look at the value. All right, Tic-Tac-Toe. He did not cook 612. The caster was he removed? I think so. The skirms got their value. The Pterodon riders. Oh, these were the Ripodactyl riders. They did all right. These all did decent value. The Ancient Salamander 644. Not amazing. And these guys, they were all pretty much denied. This is a decent value on a cohort because they're cheaper than that. The Spear Riders, they cook. They usually cook. The second Ancient sorry, the Ancient Salamander pack, sorry, the second Salamander pack. Yeah, they did all right, I guess. Half their value. Saurus, no value. Cold One Riders didn't do great either. And the ROR Red Crested Skinks, Court of Zotac, they also didn't do so well. So that wasn't a most astounding performance. Then we have Kemler here, the two Banshees. They're cheapish, so they might have actually paid for themselves. The Skellies, sorry, the zombies are just sitting there to block. The the two guards did actually nothing because they were just deleted from the air. But it didn't matter in the end, as you could tell. And what did the reinforcements do? Not great. These bats did quite well. And the ROR Dire Wolves also did quite well. Yeah, so this was a slow grind and certainly a victory on tickets. Hey. Okay. Let's see. GG to both of the players. Thanks for giving me the spec slot. And we're going to have a look at the bracket and see how close we are to the next round. Okay, there's 2 matches still being played. Yes. Right, that match was interesting to me. That's why I decided to stream it, because I'm also playing vampire accounts in this one. And yeah, that's the typical vampire account strategy. Just stuff your opponent into his backfield, sit on the 3 points if you can, and just farm the tickets. And at some point, you just have one. Okay. Okay, let's see. Alright. Fire leech bowlers are the best used when you park them above infantry and they toss your explosive bowlers straight down to their targets. That way they don't target just one model. That's a good point. You also want to target multiple units instead of focus firing all your Pterodon on just one. Okay, alright, that makes a lot of sense. Alright. We should be done with this round now. Yes, we are. Okay. We prepare the point. Second round is live. And we're going to advance the Swiss. And make the announcement. And now we're hopefully going to have a match. Okay, Giffy has a... Yeah, we're playing Realm. Realm. What is Realm playing today? Realm is playing Tomb Kings. Okay, so we're going to have the... we're going to have the Undead Derby here. Realm out. Reach out to Realm. Realm. There you are. And put up the vegetable. Our map is the second map of the match, which is the Altar of the Champion. God, I hate that map. Oh, the obstruction in the middle. I will keep going on about it for the rest of my career in this game. Oh, it's terrible. Okay. Okay, I guess, yep. We're all here. Looks like I didn't get my Swiss point for the buy round. Yeah, okay, I have to award that manually. And did Giffy get it? Giffy lost the first round and got a bye in the second. He should also have 1 point. Giffy... No, Giffy didn't get the point either. So let's award them. Okay, and Giffy gets 1 as well. Not sure why that wasn't awarded. That shouldn't happen. Okay, both points are awarded. So the way it works in this game is when you have a bye round, so that means there's an odd number of players and you have to sit one out, then you get a Swiss point. But because you didn't play an opponent in that round, you do not get any op score. So that means the op score is the sum of the Swiss points of all the opponents you played in the tournament. And if the number of opponents is one smaller, then of course you can't have any points. Of course, if you defeat someone who loses all their matches, you also get 0 points. So that is a possibility. But usually the people who lost the first 3 or 4 matches will be matched against other people who lost the first 3 or 4 matches. So the chance that one of them is going to win at least once in the last round is quite high. Yeah. That way, with the matchmaking that's inherent to the Swiss system, you have to genuinely be the weakest player or on the weakest faction in a tournament to actually end up with no points. All right. Still waiting for our opponent to get ready, but we're still well within the time limit. The announcement was made at 34, so we have until 44, which is another 6 minutes. So that shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure they're going to be ready in no time. And let's just see if we can bring more chaff than they can. Which is essentially the playstyle we are going for here. Both factions have decent chaff removal tools. They have the Vortex spells, the Sandstorm and the Skullstorm. Vampire counts have the Wind of Death, of course. So it just depends who provides the better targets for these removal spells. One way or the other, this tournament is going to have 7 rounds. So because we are more than 16 players, or 16 or more as I defined it, we're going to play the large Swiss, which means 4 rounds of Swiss, and then a top 8 single elimination playoff. If we have any drops, so that means if 2 or more players drop before the end of the tournament, we are only going to do a top 4, because in that case, more than half of the players would advance to single elimination, and that just doesn't make any sense. This one was announced with a little short notice. I only announced it late last night. So yeah, we're only 17 playing today. I had to ask one player not to participate because their win rate was too high. So I will probably run a advanced tournament in 2 days, and they can join that. Okay. And we should be ready here in a moment. Okay, dead against dead. Well, I guess the Tomb Kings are dead a lot longer than the units the vampire counts bring. At least the zombies must be reasonably fresh, I guess, to still have some meat on their bones. And he's ready, so let's go. GLHF to my opponent. And we shall see. Let's get rid of the blocker. And let's do this. Welcome to the stream. We're just loading into the battle. The first battle we're actually playing ourselves. The first one was a casted battle between Manlum and a rogue AI on vampire counts and lizardmen. And now vampire counts going for a undead derby against the Tomb Kings. Alright, I have a feeling I want to try and compete for the 2 connected points, because you can see the actual areas of the points. They're only this far apart, which is about 50 meters, I'd say. So let's try and do this. I'm going for a very chaff heavy build. Hopefully that's gonna work out for us. And let's just try to do what we can to get the win here in the first round. I've only started playing them today, so don't really know what I'm doing yet. But slowly but surely, I should figure this one out. So we have the obligatory White Kings. I guess Manlum didn't bring them for his own reasons, I'm sure. I think they're quite good in a more slow-paced approach. And I'm definitely going for the slower approach here with my build. So let's see, we're ready, and we're gonna slowly but surely waddle in here for this match. Let's just actually try and grab those points over there, and then these fellas can move onto this point. I'm just gonna sit them like that, and these guys can move over here and sit on that point. Okay, actually his whole army is moving down here, so if I probably don't have enough time. Or is he pivoting? Oh yeah, he's actually pivoting. Okay. That's the beauty of having... Oh, Spirit Leech on me, okay. Okay, that's not very kind. That's not the nice thing to do. Okay, oof, that's rough. I wish he didn't do that. Yeah, you don't really want to be eaten so much ranged so early in the match. But then again, I guess some reinforcements are in order. And that's the beauty of this build. It is just so chaffy. You're just going to bring in so many reinforcements. And I'm just going to be outstaying my welcome here with these hordes of undead. Okay, let's just try and run away here. And Kemmler can slowly but surely do something on this point. See if we can maybe catch them out of position. Little cast of the Winds of Death. Oh no, that was a poor positioning. Oh well, I did alright. And this might actually hurt a lot. Oh yes, that was nice. Okay. And let's see. These guys can attack there. These guys can attack there. These guys can attack into there. And these guys can cut off the horses. And they can go into there. And he's firing into my range there. And I'm just gonna move off. Alright, so hiding these crypt horrors behind the point is probably not the worst idea. These guys can just go over there and have some fun. And actually I'm gonna send over some of these troops to the third point. And here we can just fight on that point. And maybe weigh them down with a bit of extra chaff. Crypt horrors can charge into there. The zombies can find there. And we have the capture weight. Okay, that's all we need. And I forgot to capture this point. That's a huge misplay. I cannot do that. Okay, that's absolutely integral to this strategy. So I'm gonna have to send something back there. That was a huge misplay. Okay, that's bad. That's genuinely bad. Okay, now I'm gonna send in these two guys, and he's killing Kemmler. I should try and avoid that from happening.
They will suffer.
Yeah.
I run
Is that Archeon? It's Archeon, yeah. Archeon the Black.
at once.
I don't know why Kemmler is so slow here. It's another huge misplay.
I run.
I really don't understand why he's in his own troops. Okay, he's dead. Doesn't matter now. And we're gonna send these guys in there. These guys in here. Yeah, okay, misplay after misplay. You can tell I'm still learning this. Okay, now we have this. And we can actually move in here to secure this point. Over here, we have our little gremlins. And we can get these guys in there. And we can get these guys on Archon. Maybe he doesn't look at the right moment. And we can actually do some damage. We have the anti-large unit here. It's probably gonna go after my corpse card. So we're gonna try and do something about that. I'm actually gonna send the Mortis engine in there and just see if we can outstall this fight here. Is there anything? No, there's no decent target. They can actually just chase this guy, and these guys can rear charge here. They can charge there, and the Mortis can go in there. And other than that, we're just gonna bring in some more zombies to go in here. Okay, that seems to do decently well. And for now, we can just actually bring the guys back on the point. They're not really accomplishing anything out there. Ah, yeah, okay, and he did what I predicted. He's targeting my corpse card with the Sphinx. We're gonna have to make sure to put some of our anti-large on this guy, and these anti-large units here, they can attack these horses, and these guys can actually pull back to the point. And here we just go back to this point. And now we have to bring in some extra ranged. Go into the back point. And bring these guys over to this point to defeat these units here. Okay. Get these guys over here. I think we're almost done here with the capture wave. Okay, and we're gonna need some chaff, some more chaff. Here we held that point, that's good. And our two white kings can fight here. Oof, that was bad. Okay, you look away for 1 second and your Mortis is dead. That is just terrible. I'm misplaying so hard here. Okay. I don't think we actually need to do anything here. These 2 points are pretty secure. Definitely need more spears in the middle though. So I'm bringing the spears into the middle. I'm not gonna resummon the corpse card, because I don't think it's going to provide its value here. And bring these guys in here. Let's see if we can kill his lord. Let's try and take out his tomb guard here. And bring in these troops over here. We don't really need them on the far point. Okay, bring these guys in here. And these guys don't have to wander off the point. Chasing Archon is not that important. It's more important to keep this point. And we have completely secured this point over here. Okay, good. Over here, we're doing alright. I think I can maybe consider bringing Kemmler back. It's going to give my troops a lot more staying power. But we'll see. I don't know if I need to do that. That guy in there. Use these spears and actually put our crypt ghouls to use. And we can just attack here again. I think it's not cost effective to use the spirit leeches on my white kings. Especially not if I get them to use all of their scabs grades, which I might. Okay, these guys can support here, and my white kings are still fighting against Archon. And they're gonna get a really nice scabs grade here in a moment. Actually, a little bit further away, like this.
It shall be done.
Okay. Okay. And these guys can go in here. And I'm gonna bring Kemmler back.
I run.
And let's see if we can hold our points here. We definitely need to hold them. Bring this guy over here. And bring in more troops. Just more chaff. Slow, steady stream of more chaff. Bring these guys over here. Archon is still taking damage. I think the Necrotect is on... Is the Necrotect mounted? No. Okay, so we want to stay here. Put that on there. That on there. Okay. And Kemmler can go here. Oh. Crap. That was a bit late with the capture weight here. I'm gonna move Kemmler through all the spears to hinder the Sphinx. Okay, get him out of there. And put all the spears on the Sphinx that I can. And these guys all have to go back in here. Okay, get these guys back in here. This guy back in here. And now Kemmler can hopefully do something with a nice Wind of Death. Okay. I'm actually gonna wait for some more units to be here. And I think this should be better.
Quiet, skull staff. I know what I do. At once.
Okay, let's just get him out of here. Okay. Okay. This is still safe. I'm gonna bring the corpse card in here. That's okay. This is okay. Get the second white king. We're gonna claim this back. Hopefully a little bit faster than this. Okay, and all the spears on the Sphinx. Where is it? There it is. Okay, actually gonna keep that stuff over here. And we're gonna get all that stuff on here. And let's see if we have some good targets for scabs grades. Yes, we do. And we put them there. Okay. Actually, they're not ready at the same time. Capture weight is not in our favor. That is actually horrendously bad for us. Okay, put them on the point. Yeah, we've outtraded horrendously. Okay. Yeah, I never cancelled that attack order. That was also really Bronzodial. So clearly I have a lot to learn here on how to play this faction.
White King. White King.
Yeah, stick all the spears onto this point, except these ones. And gonna put these guys here. And I'm... Okay, he's bringing in his calf over here to outweigh my capture weight. It's a good move. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
And I guess not having a corpse card on there the entire time is kind of hurting me now. I'm gonna try Kemmler one more time. And just see if we can flood this point soon enough for the capture weight to actually make a difference. He's doing very well. I'm seeing good plays here. Okay, Kemmler has to get out of there. Get the corpse card on there. And I just want to be on here while I can. And if I take this with some... Okay, it's actually not a good target here for a Wind of Death. I'd rather use the Scab's Grave here. Okay, and we're gonna bring some of these guys back over here. Some of these and these go back over there. And all the spears on this guys. Okay. Yeah, we have way too much capture weight over here now. So all of this stuff, just move it over there. Except for these guys, they can just be there. Kemmler can stick his skellies. Actually, he can stick his skellies on here. Capture weight can stay here. And Kemmler can run over here. And we're just gonna use the Wind of Death to clear this pocket here. Okay. Okay. Let's hope that this is enough to get them. Okay, we get in some more chaff to the middle. And it looks like we still have the capture weight here. And we're just gonna keep the spears on his Necrosphinx and put all this stuff on this point. We need to... I think we're on a... Oh, we're on a single cap actually. Alright, that's good. That means if we can bring in the stuff fast enough, we should be just fine. We're going to take this point here clearly. And we're going to take the middle point, and you see why everybody hates the Vampire Kings accounts, because they're just... You can misplay horribly and still pull out a win. Yeah, now you understand why I had them banned for a while. At least it looks like I'm going to win this one. Not entirely sure. But I think so. This is actually incredibly slow, the capture weight. Yeah. Okay, I got this.
You have the foe's victory point.
And now I can just delay them here as much as I can. And buy some time. And then in 15 seconds. I got this. Close enough. Way too close for comfort. But at least I managed. Round 2, Realm, VC, TK. Phew! GG, my man. Yeah, I think Scabsgrath got nerfed a little bit, but it's still the meta, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Isa. I didn't count the tickets right. I wasn't actually aware that I was on a single cap win at that point. I made it unnecessarily close by capturing the rear point in such a slow fashion. And that's the crazy thing about Kemmler here. I had to bring him. Did I bring him 3 times? I think I got him killed twice, right? And he paid for himself twice. So not terrible. The White Kings, I summoned them twice, so that's 1,500 per guy, and they still paid for themselves. I have no idea how often I called the other stuff in. And I didn't call in the Crypt Ghouls. So this was really an uphill battle in the sense that any of the good pieces weren't really used. The Corpse cards and the Crypt Horrors, they were just so hard countered by his anti-large ROR Sphinx that, yeah, I was basically just denied using them. You saw like the only anti-large I had, the Spears, didn't really do that much damage against them. I didn't have any Spirit Leeches or Gazes of Nagash, so I couldn't really take out the Sphinx, I felt. So, yeah. That was a really messy one. Great start, and this felt exactly how it feels playing against vampire counts, where it's just never ending. Okay. Let's see how far we are with the next round. And we have a drop. So if we have another drop after this one, we're going to have to do the long one. Going to make the announcement. Okay. I'm going to advance the Swiss. And I'm going to check if we can remove the... Yes, I'm going to drop Realm. Okay, and that means that August and Scimitar can play. Okay. Just gonna load that in a moment. And we're playing against K-Knight, actually. So August is playing Scimitar. The match of Scimitar against nobody is going to be deleted. Confirm. Okay. And once that is saved, we can return to our drawing board. Next map is Château de Roquefort. Here we go. Round 3 is it up now? Let's see. Is it up? Yes, it is up. And we're getting a message. Okay, there's a rematch. We can moderate that. Giffy and J&M Driver up against one another again. So I'm going to put Giffy against August. And J&M against Shimita. Okay, let's see. August can play against J&M Driver. Giffy can play against Shimita. Okay. Okay. One is finished. The other is almost finished. Let's just wait for it to be saved. And then we can get into our match. I'm gonna put the vegetable up. Let's see. Okay, they're both saved. We can refresh. And now we should see J&M Driver against August and Giffy against Skibita. Okay, and we're playing K-Net. Okay. And what is K-Net playing? Corn. Okay. I am the Counts of Vamp. Okay. And let's go. This is a large map. On large maps, the path to reinforcement are longer. And now it's actually occurring to me that I probably picked the wrong objectives. I should have played the other two because they're closer to my reinforcement points on the Altar of the Champions. But yeah, I'm glad it still worked out. But yeah, in hindsight, that probably would have been the better play. Should consider that for the next time. Hey, Vampire Counts into Corn. I think I've played that matchup once today during a sparring match. So yeah, three bad misplays in this match and still won. That's yeah, disgusting. Without the corpse cards, the Tomb Kings certainly had more going for them than my guys had. Okay, Augustus should be on 0 points now, and J&M Driver should be on 8 points, 1 point. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna refresh and see if that's correct. J&M Driver is on 1 point. And August is on 1 point. That's wrong. I have to remove that point. On 2, that's correct. Be deleted. That can be deleted. And should be on 0 points. Okay. Okay. Yeah. In case, in terms of dropping from tournaments, it depends. In a single elimination, there's no need to drop because mostly people drop after they lose. And when you play a single elim, you're out anyways when you lose. And if it's a hat trick, you just don't check in for the next leg and you're fine. But in a Swiss tournament, it's frowned upon by most hosts to drop because you lose some matches. So be careful about dropping from Swiss tournaments. Some hosts might ban you from their tournaments if you do that more than once. Okay. Okay, reloading in. That's nice. BLHF to my opponent. Kane is, I think, one of the highest ranked players on this tournament at 46.7 win rate. So let's see how this one plays. Here it's almost irrelevant which side of the map I pick. I guess the one in the open is more in my favor because I can see what's coming. So I'm probably going to go for those two objectives. Okay. I'm going to remove the aubergine and we can get cooking. All right, so basically, no, not basically, it's exactly the same build I'm bringing. And I hope you can forgive me for doing so. Because I want to try if this build works against corn as well. The guy in there. And he has 6 units. Okay, he's super elite. I'm super not elite. That's interesting. And we're going to see if he has such elite force that he just deletes me immediately, which is of course possible. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. Select this point for reinforcements, stick it down there, and we're gonna launch into this. Okay. Actually, I prefer this point. It's more central to both objectives. And so far I cannot see anything, so there's at least no flyers. That's the upside. And yeah, let's see if Kemmler can see anything when he crests the hill. Okay, we have the Taker of Skulls. That's almost a bit of a relief, because it means that there is no Scarbrand with rampages on poor Kemmler here. And let's see. Is this going to be a super elite build, I guess? Marauders of Khorne. Okay, that's not super elite. Where is the super elite stuff? Oh, Wrathmongers. Okay, and more Wrathmongers. And more Wrathmongers. Okay, okay. And Slaughterguard. Okay, that is super elite. Alright, I'm terrified. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Okay.
I run at once.
Let's see. How much capture weight do these guys have? 5. Okay, they don't have 7. That would have been probably a bit overkill if they had 7. Okay, these guys can come in here. We can get more of these guys. Okay. And bring these guys over here. I think I can afford that. All right.
Yes. I obey.
I'm just gonna stick them into chaff. These guys don't really want to be here. And we're just gonna get in some Graveguard to hopefully do something against these guys. And now I'm just gonna have to experiment, because I really don't know what's good against these guys. The Spears can probably fight Skulltaker because he's on this large motorbike. And Kemmler should just try and stay safe. And then we're just gonna bring these guys over here and hope that we have anything that can do damage to Wrathmongers. I guess the White Kings are doing alright. I'm gonna try out the Scab's Wraith on the Slaughter Guard. Let's see. Okay. See if it does anything. Has it gone off? What? Nothing. Okay, fascinating. That's not great. But it looks like the White Kings are actually taking doing some decent damage to these guys. Okay. They can go in there, and we're gonna get more of these guys. Hopefully they can win this. This is disgusting. I don't know what to do. Oh, there's so much carnage in there. I'm just gonna try and see if I can get these guys with a nice Wind of Death. Maybe it works.
Quiet, skull stuff. I know what I do.
Okay, I did more damage to my own units, I guess. Okay, and I guess I'll bring out another. Actually, pull the Crypt Horrors out, because I think they're gonna not be doing so well against the. Okay, there's horses coming over there. I just have to reinforce that point. What was this? Massive damage there. Yeah, I don't think this is a matchup I can win. I think I'm like there's absolutely nothing I can do here.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Yeah, Scab's Wrath also does nothing to Wrathmongers, and the value trading is even. How is it even? Okay, there's something anti-large. We don't want that. Yeah, we have capture weight now. And for this case, I should probably have brought some dogs. It's also not ideal. And the spears really should just be fighting him.
At once.
Okay, so these guys on here, and these guys should move on here. Okay, we get the second Crypt Horrors out there, and just wait here until we can get a good capture on this point.
Legions to me.
Okay, and I'll just have to see if I can pull back here. The capture weight is terrible. I'm completely out capture weighted here. And now he got my corpse card. Yeah, I think there's...
One of your units has been destroyed.
I have nothing, I think.
Serve me.
Okay, this is clearly not the kind of build this build can deal with. I have so much more chaff I can summon in, but I think it's not going to accomplish anything, because nothing I have is good against anything he has. White Kings are doing, like, less than terrible, but far from well. Now we get a Sword of Corn on my only good unit. So, yeah. Yeah, there is nothing I can do. I'm just going to concede.
You have been bested. There is only defeat.
Save it. Okay. GG. Yeah, many factions have a hard time with the Wrathmongers. I mean, the only thing that's good against Wrathmongers is missile spells and ranged. And yeah, I had neither. So yeah, there wasn't much I could do, at least not with my skill set. Yeah, I think Gaze of Nagash spam would work here. What's the armor on Wrathmongers, actually? That was brutal. Oh my god. GG to my opponent for bringing such a good build. Really good. Really good. Okay. But that's nice. My opponent is offering me some builds to counter it next time. Okay, we're gonna have to sit this one out a little bit because there's 5 matches still going on. But let's lick our wounds here and look at the value. Okay, at least all of our 3 characters paid for themselves. The Wrathmongers didn't actually get crazy value because they just removed so much chaff. The Slaughter Guard did quite well. Yeah, I wish I could have removed those. I mean, they're also very, very strong. Horngores did quite well, considering they were in there only for a short time. And yeah, this is a great build. Like he has a really good build. I'm definitely gonna save that one. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go to the drawing board here and have a look at Khorne and see the armor on the Wrathmongers. 70 and 70. Okay, so it's not that. It's not that what you need great weapon for. And that's also my build actually made it worse for me because of the super high model count I'm bringing to the table. Zombies, skellies, they're all 160 per unit. And that means that, and even the Graveguard are 120. So that means he farmed so many skulls that he got these 2 sorts of Khorne in such a short time. That was intense, like, you know. And that's all I can do with this build is blob, and then he punishes the blob with the sword. So very interesting. Very, very nicely done, Kane. Thanks for helping me with the build. That looks good. I'm going to tinker with that build he recommended to me. I'm going to actually build his build that he recommended. So let's wipe this and let's put in the... Where is the Lord? What? Why can't I bring that build? Ah, okay, I think I have to manually select the bloodline. Yes. Okay, so it's a bloodline on a dragon, I'm sure. Figure out the items afterwards. And we're gonna put in 2 zombies, 4 great weapon Graveguard, 1 Cryptora, and 1 of these, and 1 of these. Okay, that leaves us 900 for abilities. So... Okay. See what he says. Sorry guys, I'm very interested in how to deal with this. Alright. Oh, you're just catching up on chat. Yeah, good ideas. Okay, let's just check the brackets so that we don't delay things here by being too interested in the outcome of this one. No, we have 2 matches still ongoing, so I can keep tinkering with this. And then we have 2 more Skelly Spears. We have the AOR, we have the 2 Ghouls, we have one of these fellas and one of the guys here. 2 bats, 2 of these, and a Mortis. And we just have to figure out what abilities to put on the Bloodlord. Hunger, probably. Definitely the Sword of Discord. Honor or Death. Yeah, that's a decent enough ability. The Invocation of Nehek. The Gaze, yes, that makes sense. And Raise Dead. Okay. Let's see, how much are the Necromancers with the Rod? So just an empty Necromancer with the Rod. So they can stroke their rod in the forest, as Turin would say. Okay, it's 450 for more magic. Not terrible, I think. They have 3 uses, and then they can go back. They get 0.2 times 23, 4.6. Yeah, that's 4.8 wins per use. And that's not terrible. I might add them to the build. If you like that idea. Because then I can get a lot of gazes out of my Lord. Here we go. And just... maybe... oh yeah, we can just drop the Horus. Yeah, we just drop the Horus, and then it works. Okay, I like that. Okay. I think I like this. Okay. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna save that. VC versus Corn. Today is the 3rd. And this is Gaze Spam. Okay. We left the lobby, so does that mean that the matches are all completed? Yes, we are done. Let's go to the channel. And 4 is up. Might be the last, but please stay tuned. We might run a 5th if there are any more drops. What is this now? Ah, we matched against Jane and Driver. Okay. I'm just gonna join his lobby because why not? Alright. And Mr. Driver is on what faction today? Driver is a very good player. He just started playing very, very recently, and he's on Chaos Dwarfs. Okay. I wouldn't know what to do on Kislev. I don't know what to do on this faction. Okay, let's see. Vampire counts. Oops, I picked Coast by accident. And let's see. What build do I have against that? Okay. Okay, I guess I have to play this aggressively, then I should be able to manage. It's a huge map again, so I have to really be on top of my call-ins and see how that goes. Okay, let's remove the blocker and do this. Okay, let's just try the same build again. I'm going to use the opportunity to familiarize myself with the build, and I'm also going to use the opportunity to figure out if this build works for me or not. Ooh. Okay. And I'm gonna put these guys over here. These guys behind. Okay, we have this. This. These guys.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Compact this a little bit.
Heinrich Kemmler. Allegiance to me.
Alright, I think he's ready. Yes, he's ready. So, let's go.
Whose order?
Let's see.
My legions advance. Bring me bone. Bring me flesh. Oust them for Kemmler, my pretties. Atrophy and decay. At once. I run.
Okay, this is pretty chaff heavy, so I might have a chance. Don't want my horse to be shot. Okay.
Life is a phase. Heinrich Kemmler. Yes, good. Now, your will. At once.
Yeah, the map layout is actually super terrible for me, because everything is far away and my guys are slow.
Heinrich Kemmler. With haste. Yes.
Get these guys in there. Gotta conserve the scabs grades. And let's just hope for the best.
I am back. Right, King.
Okay, there's the Fireborn coming. Where did I put the other horrors? Oh god, I didn't. I never brought them out. Okay. Terrible. Okay, my Vikings are here. Oof, they did terribly. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I can probably go home here. Okay. That is just horrendously bad. Oh my god. Okay, if my White Kings can't do anything here, then I really don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm really definitely 100% clueless now.
Come to me.
So I can maybe do some spec ops over here. And I also don't like that my guys are not fighting, so that's also terrible. So let's call in more chaff or whatever we have. And let's see if I can maybe pounce on these guys here. Get my White Kings to fight there. Is there any decent target for a wind? No, there isn't.
I run.
Okay, is there anything valuable here? I guess like that.
Quiet, Skullstaff. I know what I do.
Okay, I just whiffed that one a little bit. And another Grave Guard. And maybe I can get capture weight that way.
Your will. It shall be done.
So what can I do here with the Scab's Wraith? Maybe this works. Yeah, when you don't know the matchup, it can be a bit rough.
I obey.
Okay.
All will wither.
Okay. Some attack orders here. Oh, I didn't even see my Cryptosaurus there. They should go into these guys. Okay. And then keep everything on the point. Let these guys fight these guys. And maybe that helps.
Death magic.
Oh, of course he dodges it. At least that allows me to put a zombie on them. And now I'm just gonna have to summon over here. Bring as much chaff into the fight as possible to keep this capture situation maintained. Can go there, can go here, and over here. We just have to see what we can do. Yeah, they're not gonna, hopefully not gonna take my back point here. Am I taking this? Have I taken this? I have taken this. Okay. And let's hope we can accomplish something here.
Atrophy. Decay. Yes. Your will.
Okay. And get one of these guys and maybe catch him here.
Your master calls.
Okay. Let's do that spell. Okay.
It shall be done.
Okay, and what can I do here? Okay, don't want to do that. Maybe like this.
Cease.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Back to life and serve.
One of
Okay. Let's attack these guys here. And let's attack these guys.
Yes.
It's amazing how many troops you can keep off the points here and still get this. Okay. The Bull Centaur renders.
woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your
And what can we do here? Put some on there. Okay.
One of your units has been destroyed.
No, this is completely pointless.
Heinrich Kemmler.
No. The enemy.
Okay. And over here we basically have nothing left. I guess. What's happening now? But he has so much capture weight sitting around here on the outside. I have my doubts that this is going as well as some aspects here seem to indicate. I don't think... Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was just a fluke. There is absolutely nothing I'm doing here. Okay, let's see. These guys take out the chaff. Take out the shooting. I'm not accomplishing anything here, I would say. Well, actually... No, I'm not really doing damage to those guys either. Okay. And here I'm... Yeah, I'm not really generating value either. How's the value trading? Horrendous. Okay. Okay. And... Yeah, I don't think I know what to do here, to be honest.
Your will. It shall be done.
And yeah, they're even disintegrating now, so that's about the point where I would usually try and call in and try and speed up the game. Only that's not obviously not possible in multiplayer. I don't know if I didn't call reinforcements in fast enough, or if I could have done anything here. Not sure. But I don't feel what I'm calling in here is enough. And it's also all so slow. I'm gonna be in triple cap territory before I accomplish anything here, I feel. Oh, look at that. He's already... Yeah, I might be on this point with these extra units here before he wins it, but then he gets me on the other points. So I'm already very close to triple cap. Yeah, and I think he's already there in terms of triple cap. And there is I don't think there's a way to get to that point. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna waste his time. Save the replay. IPT. Number 4. JNM driver. Okay. How did we do? Yeah, not very well. So his guns countered the horrors. Yeah, the Fireglaves really feasted. The Fireborn really feasted. These guys couldn't do that much. Renders. The AP value on Scapsgrath, I can check that for you. It's 0. Ah, yeah, that explains a lot. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, that was rough. Okay. That's that. Let's see how far we are with the brackets. 4 matches still being played. So I think I need more mobility against Chaos Dwarfs. It's funny how different the matchups are. Like when I'm on Kislev, I laugh about Chaos Dwarfs, that they're so easy to beat. But on counts, I find them a bit challenging. Guys, I don't know any of your names in chat. I guess you have different names in Discord. But it's cool that you're watching. Okay. So, where are we? Okay, most of them are still being played. Okay. Okay. Yeah, somebody just asked me in DM. Yes, errors of Cronus are not restricted in this format. I know that Turin still restricts them, but there was a poll between all the hosts, and they have been nerfed significantly. So yeah, I don't feel it warrants a restriction at all. You can only bring 2 anyways if you want to have magic, and if you want to forego your magic to have 3. Be my guest. I mean, you can already have 2 technically by bringing the Sisters of Twilight on the dragon or whatever, and they have their special arrows of Cronus, and then you can bring a Waystalker to have a second one. So in this way, yeah, you can have 3. Okay, next map is Eastern Isle Colony. That's a map that is probably easier for accounts because you have a home objective. Okay, 2 matches still being played. We should be finished here soon. Okay. Mm-hmm. 2 matches left. Okay. That works out, and oof, it's getting warm in here. It's probably from getting cooked. Okay, and we have one match left. Okay. Oh, these matches are going very long today. But if you rewatch this stream, you can just skip to the timestamps and you'll be fine that way. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a 5th round. Okay, 1 match is still being played. Hey, Caleb is really cooking today. He won all 4 matches. And he's probably on Wood Elves, I think. Caleb, where is he? Yes, he's playing the hardwood. Okay, we are finished. And let me just see if the top 8 make sense to me or not. If they don't, I feel we should probably do a top 4. Yeah, I think there's too many. Okay, yeah, we'd have goblins. Since we'd have 9 out of 16 move to playoffs, we'll do another round and top 4 after that. Round 5 is live. Advance to Swiss. And let's go. Okay, we're up against Toaster. Okay, Mr. Toaster, what are you playing today? I think Mr. Toaster is VC also. Okay, mirror match. Hang on. Yeah, Manlum has Manlum played Toaster? Manlum. Okay, Manlum, you play Toaster? Okay. Okay, so that's matches 37 and 39. Okay, we have a bunch of rematches here in this round for some strange reason. Kainate. Caleb. Okay, that makes sense. Janan and Ponty, have they played? Janan and Janan. No, I've not played. And Giffy has Giffy played. Has Giffy played Adam? So Giffy had a bye, Giffy and Giffy. Okay, so let's fix all these matches. Okay, let's fix this one by one. First one is this one and this one. Okay, so we have Empire for Hire against me. Poster against Manlom. Come on. Okay. And then we have Ponty against Driver. And Giffy against Adam. Okay. All right. Just waiting to load now. We're still loading. The site is super slow again. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. Okay, we have Empire for Hire against me, Useful Toaster against Manlom, and finally Ponty against Jane and Driver. Okay, we can already go to the lobby. Okay. Let's see what we have accomplished so far. Okay, so we can just load this bracket and fix that to put Giffy back in there. And then we should actually be done. Okay, let's put up the aubergine. And load our build. Okay. And let's see if it loads this time. Yes, it does. Perfect. So Adam against Giffy. Save. And everything should be fine. Okay, we're on Eastern Isle Colony for round 5. Let's refresh one more time. If Adam is on the list now against Giffy, then everything is fine. Okay, I'm gonna ready up here. Yes. Everything's fine. Perfect. Okay, next round. If I counted the matches correctly, we should be guaranteed to have one winner with 5 wins, one with 3 with 4, and then we have the top 4 sorted without up points, unless there is a mistake somewhere, which we're going to find. Okay, let's do another, maybe final attempt at getting this build to work. And we have got it to work once. And maybe we can get it to work one more time. And maybe we can't. We shall find out shortly. So let's get that here. This map is actually a much nicer looking map than the last one we played. These guys there, these guys behind, this thing down here, looks a bit tidier. And I think we're gonna call in our guys here. And they can be there. 1, 2. Actually, like this. Okay. And I think we're good. Okay, we are up against 17 units. So we have 18, they have 17, which means they definitely have a cheap lord. Yeah, Kislev is probably the faction I know the best, although I'm probably not the most meta player. No idea. Maybe I even had a say in creating the meta, I don't know. But let's see. Let's see if this cooks. Or even slaps, who knows. This is a bit of a kind of a lane push map, so you just pick these 2 points, call in your stuff, and oh, actually, there's a point here. That's nice. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay. Okay. GLHF to my opponent, and here we go. All right, we have. What is this madness? I thought he was on Kislev. He's on Empire. Okay. I should check these things. I should definitely check these things. Empire. Well, he's called Empire for hire, in fairness, so yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, mass archers is the way to go. He's probably, yeah, it is cheap archers. That's what you want to do. And it's gonna put these guys on this point here. There's probably some huntsmen there, so I'm gonna keep my horrors back a little bit. Same here. And bring these guys up there to find the hunters, the huntsmen, and take care of them. Okay, he has more on the other side, so I'm going to bring in this chaff on this side. Okay, we have 1 cap, they have 1 cap, and okay, yeah, that makes sense. Empire Captain Geld, probably with Final Transmutation, Staff of Volans, and the Searing Doom. Oh. Yeah, we want to dance around here a little bit like little prima donnas. Yes, yes, we want to dance. Dance with somebody. Okay, these guys to dance a little bit more. Can call in some more chaffies, bring them in, and here we will just want to push in there, and that'll do just fine. Okay, and it's probably the best we could do. And then we just bring in the horrors here and see if we can accomplish something against these great swords. Okay, if he keeps them there, we are going to feast. Okay, yeah, that's going to be very nice. If I can delete 3 great swords here with 1 Wind of Death, doesn't matter if I lose my own troops. That's gonna be very juicy. Okay, these guys in there, these guys in there. I don't know why the archers charged me. I don't know if that's something they want to do. These guys in there, these guys in there, these guys in there. Corpse card probably doesn't need to do anything here. But, oh, actually, I want to get that thing in there. And over here, you can probably, move the corpse card. Okay. And charge the guys over here. Charge the archers there. And I guess these guys can probably go there. Go over here. And we can get the White Kings to actually fight here. And I think over here we have the upper hand, reasonably. Okay, let's get back down there and get in more of these guys and more of these guys. Okay, and I think here we're doing alright. Yeah, we're doing just fine there. Here we are being taken to Pound Town a little bit. Let's see if I can get a juicy Scab Scrath. I think I can. Okay. I don't think those what are they called? Those huntsmen are great into the White Kings. I mean, they're killing them, but I'm not sure if they're creating good value here. They seem to be killing his lord. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Okay, we'll get in some more crypt horrors here. Okay. Okay, where can we create the most value here?
At once.
Oh, nope, it was bad. Crap.
Skull stuff. I know
Oh.
what I do.
I guess it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. Okay. Okay. Okay, get these guys in to the archers. These guys in there. These guys in there. These guys in there. Wish I had a triple cap. Okay, I can get one more overcast Wind of Death. Okay. Okay, can attack in the rear there. Get these guys there. And now I'm just gonna rely on cheap-ish capture weight for my home objective. The longer I can keep him busy up here, the better my chances that I actually manage to win on these points. Okay, I will soon need some support here. Okay, that's nice. I got into the Outriders, the Pistoliers actually. Okay, let's see if I can catch the Outriders here. And yes, I will get some wins here. Okay, more. And the next call-in, I think I want to be... Okay, and I miscalculated a teensy bit, because actually I'm losing this capture point here. Okay. So let's bring some extra weight over here and get some more capture weight. Relatively well ahead. Hope that doesn't use too many wins and I'm gonna lose my possibility of getting another wind. Oh, Hamler's taking damage, that's unnecessary.
I run. You'll win. Atrophy, decay. Darkest magic to me.
Wasn't too bad.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the Great Guard is actually pretty nice here. So I'm gonna send more in there. Okay. Get another one of these guys. One of these guys. One of these guys. And send them in here as well. And who knows, maybe I'll get capture weight. Okay, a dedicated final transmutation just for Kemmler. That is respect. And I need some more on over here. So let's see if we get enough capture weight onto this point to do something. We might win this one, and if not, then we're going to lose this one. Simple as that. Okay, I guess the super chaff heavy stuff doesn't really cook here. Yeah, I don't think this is too bad over here. He doesn't have so much. These guys, I still have a bit of a capture weight. Oh. Yeah, he's just too fragile, that guy. He's a frail old man, what can you do? What's the capture weight? Ah, it's these guys, okay.
You'll win.
Okay. Okay. This guy can stick another one down there. Maybe that does something. Move too much elite capture weight there. Oof, there's nothing left here. Yeah, the calf here is really doing well. see, as soon as we get something there. We're still going to need a double cap though. Okay, 10 seconds difference. Over here. And the value trade is not even that terrible. Is he on the point? Yeah, he is on the point. Good. Okay. Well, that didn't do too much damage. That's good. Okay, we're breaking some units here. Breaking some units. That's good. That's good. Okay. I'm not gonna accomplish anything here. I don't think so. I'm not even accomplishing anything. Oh yeah, now I am. Okay. Okay, and let's see. Maybe like this. Okay. Yes. And now we can attack. Okay, we have capture weight on that point. We have capture weight on this point. Maybe we can take these two guys over here. I would have to see. Okay, okay, okay. And maybe we can just outgrind it. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. We'll see. And this is the point where I have no agency. So I might as well just wait until things happen. Yeah, I think the value grind is a bit faster for him over here. Okay, we have the value lead here. Oops, don't have the value lead here, but there's a lot of stuff very close to breaking point for him here.
I obey. It shall be done.
Ah, okay, he's using the grenade launchers. That's of course very good, because they do so much damage against us here. And he got the capture weight back so quickly. Those I forgot that I'm out of wins. Shouldn't have resummoned Kemmler there. That was good. He just completely wiped me here with his grenade launchers. That was great. Very good play.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Your will. Your will.
One more Scab's Wraith.
Right, King.
And just keep grinding. And Kemmler. Yeah, this is over.
Your units has been destroyed.
GG.
There is only defeat.
IPT. Round 5. Empire for hire. BC Empire. Very well played, I thought. That was very nice. And okay, let's see. Are all the matches completed? Okay. All right, let's see if Empire has already reported. Yes, only Adam and Giffy are still playing. All right. All right. Okay, all the matches have been played. I'm going to refresh the page. And we should be able to see the top 4. Yes, we have KNet on 5 wins, Caleb on 4, Mandom on 4, and Empire for Hire on 4. Oh, and JM Driver on 4. That looks suspicious, so I'm going to have a look how that is possible. Okay, so we have, first one is KNet. So he's actually won all 5. Yes, that's correct. Caleb, he's won 4. Hang on. Caleb, 1, 2, 3, 4, and lost the last one. Okay, that's correct. Manlom, 4 wins. Manlom won 1, 2, 3, lost the 4th, and won the 5th. Okay, that's correct. 4, Empire for Hire. Empire for Hire won the 1st, lost the 2nd, won the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. So that's also 4 wins. That's correct. And Mr. Driver, Jalen Driver, he won the 1st, lost the 2nd. In the 3rd, won again. 2 wins, 3 wins in the 4th, and 5 wins in the 5th. Okay. So that means the top 4 are correct. I'm going to make the post that I'm going to count everybody. Please check the points on the sign up page after refreshing Portal Tavern. You have 2 minutes to reach out. Otherwise, top 4 will proceed with the top 4 players on the sign-ups page. Okay, Kemmler did all right. The White Kings didn't pay for themselves on 2 summons. Oh, that 1 Winds of Death in the beginning I thought was really money, but I guess it wasn't enough. Huntsman taking out the corpse cards, that's definitely a good play. I like that. Yeah, I guess more Graveguard would have been better here to counter the swords and to provide some mass. Didn't bring all of them in. Next time I should probably do that against Empire. And I think the call-ins weren't on point. I should have had a better sense for where I need them and where I don't need them. But I think overall the value trading was also not in my favor. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, obviously. Okay. Finishing up here. And we're done playing for today. We're definitely not gonna make the top 4, so I'm gonna be casting the remaining matches. Let's see. No one's reaching out. 2 minutes are up. And I think the top 4 are fair. The only one is Jane and Driver with 4 wins, who's not going to make top 4 because his op points are lower. That is unfortunate, but nothing we can do about that. It's the rules. Okay. I have created the top 4 playoffs. Our semi-finalists are Kane, Caleb, Manlum, and Empire for Hire. Okay, and refresh one last time. Make a little post, grab the link, and we get the top 4. Okay. And here we are, the top 4. Okay. And here we go. And now we're gonna ask one of the matches for a chance to watch. The only player we have not seen in this tournament, because we haven't faced them, is Caleb. So I'm gonna reach out to Caleb and ask for a spec slot. Okay. All right. So we have Empire for Hire versus Manlum and Khanate against Caleb. Okay. So the semifinals are played on Road to Talabheim. I think I'm in the wrong one. No, I'm in the right one. Okay. Let's put up the blocker. And Caleb just came in, so soon we should be able to see this match. Okay, Caleb on Wood Elves against Kane on Khorne. This is an interesting one. One all shooting, one no shooting. Although, who knows if they're actually going to bring the shooting build on the Wood Elves. I would, but then again, I'm not a Wood Elf main. Okay, looks fun. Okay, corn is ready. The Wood Elves build seems to be finished as well, so let's see how long they will be. Oh, corn changed his mind. Oh, corn is ready. And now we're just waiting for Caleb to confirm that he is also finished with the Wood Elves. Right, we're almost there. Probably a bathroom break, I would venture. Ah, okay, he's changing the build now. Okay. That's an interesting one. Okay, still tinkering with the build. It's not the kind of build I would bring into Corn, but then again, what do I know? Okay, we're loading in. And away with the aubergine. Let's see. Oh, the next tournament starting in 10 minutes. It's pretty star-studded. Lots of very strong players in it. Everybody trying to get more wins for the leaderboard. Charix is playing, so he's automatically the favorite here. Okay, let's start talking about this match we're seeing. On the southern side of the map, we have a gazillion shielded infantry and Valkyr. Chaos Warriors, Marauders, and that's probably about it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, should be 5 and 5, I think. And over here we have, oh, this is interesting, the Wildwood Rangers. We have one single Way Watcher, spears otherwise, 2 Glade Guard Bow Riders, and other than that we have the Sisters on the Forest Dragon with their Eagle Quiver, which is basically arrows of Cornus. Okay, interesting. Very unorthodox build. I wonder how that's going to play. Okay, this is always fun to see. Yeah, the dogs on top of the Wildwood Rangers. So, yeah, the dogs are going to pay very dearly for this transgression here. I hope the players are not on my stream and actually sniping each other's builds or layouts here. Okay, they've readied up. At least one of them. And yes, let's watch over here when the match starts. What happens to those poor dogs? Oh. Well, if he moves them now, I know he's sniping on the stream. So he better not move them. on. This is going to be carnage. What are we waiting for? Yeah, now it's go. Okay, and the dogs are immediately caught here on the Wildwood Ranges, but they're pulling out, pulling through them, gotten stuck. See if they get out. We will see. But it started off here with 100 value for nothing, essentially, for the Wood Elves. Okay, the Arrows of Cornus is going on to Valkia, who did not put the Demon Shield on. She does have it though. And it's, yeah, that's a slight misplay. Another 150 value farmed at no cost. Well, the cost of one charge, but I mean, that's what you want to do with Valkyria. And yes, the Wildwood Rangers are probably going to circle back here into their half of the map. Okay, this one is taken. Could have used the archers to cap the other point a little bit faster and gain some points. They're not doing anything there. Other than that, we're just posturing. An arrow shot into the forest. You don't necessarily want to waste your ammo here into Valkyria. And you could line up the sisters just like this for a breath. Although, yeah, moving formation. I would have saved the breath for when they're in melee. And you could use it to shoot alongside the formation with the multi-shot arrows. That might be a good call. Valkyria is coming in here. She's anti-large. So what she wants to do is fight dragons like this one. And the first attack of the dragon actually missed. The arrows missed as well. So, yeah. Okay, the Glade Guard archers got caught by the... Sorry, the Glade Rider archers got caught by the dogs. That was also avoidable. But I think that Caleb was probably focused here on the duel between these two units. Okay, Valkyria seems to be outmatched here. And is she trying to land? Or is it just a weird attack animation? Okay, it seems to be just a weird attack animation. Okay, you want to get some ranged on Valkyria? What's the plan here? These Marauders are gonna kill all the spears that they fight, so either a breath attack or some other ranged attack alongside the formation would probably be the right call here. The Wildwood Rangers in the back, they're doing well. The Blade Singers probably, War Dancers, sorry, coming in. It's also okay. And this ranged section here, shooting into the dogs, is probably the best target they have right now. The alternative would be firing into shields, which is not going to do them any favors. And they might just break the dogs before they get to the Way Watchers. Nope. That's rough. That was very avoidable damage into the most expensive unit on the map at the moment. Okay, the dogs are now crumbling, but not without taking half health and a fifth of the models of the Way Watchers. And the next dogs are probably going to do the same thing because they're not targeted by the ranged. You could have countercharged with your Glade Riders at least, and they're going to take out the remaining Way Watchers. So that's a terrible loss here. It's 1150 value down the drains for the Wood Elves, but otherwise value is still kind of even. So yeah, this is probably going to stick in the forest, so not optimal. Let's see if the sisters can help in the melee here. If there's any Marauders fighting, you would definitely want to, yeah, here you could have rear charged the Marauders and break them on the spears, because the spears are not going to win this. They're anti-large. Khorne didn't bring much large, only the beasts, the blood beasts of Khorne. Are they called blood beasts? Yes, perfect. And yeah, they're not favored here, so I don't see this going for the Wood Elves at all. Valkyria has taken considerable damage. Maybe she's going to get the final arrows of Cornus if he has any left. Nope, they've already been used. So they're triple capped now. Oh no, actually I just captured one back with the Wildwood Rangers. Value is still almost dead even, which is surprising. I guess the archers haven't taken much damage over here, the horse archers. The Weight Watchers actually survived the dogs. 35 models left, that's more than half the unit. So even if the value is only a quarter or 20%, we still have a functional unit over here. Now the dragons are in the mix. They break the blood beasts. Great, they break the berserkers. Sorry, the marauders. And now we have the Forsaken here, who will absolutely take these spears to Pound Town. The Wildwood Rangers would be much better suited into them, and the Dryads as well. So you want to turn around here, leave those blood beasts to the dragon to chase down, and try to accomplish something here. The Wildwood Rangers would really want to recharge, to countercharge the Forsaken. It's a good idea. But now they're going to eat a charge from the Marauders, which only have a charge bonus of 18, so that's not terrible. Back here, overextension from Khorne, I feel. They're probably going to get countercharged by something, because Caleb has the value now to call in another Wild Rider and just pounce these dogs. And that might just be what happens here. Losing the dogs in a bad trade. Over here, yeah, these two units fighting the Forsaken. That's about an even matched battle. He can probably rout off the Blood Beasts with another charge or another attack animation even. And over here, the Wildwood Rangers lost the fight against their opponents. Okay, that one arrow could have been enough. Oh no, it broke the Wildwood Rangers. Let's see if the Blood Beasts break before the Dryads do. They're in a competition of who will break first. Those Wild Riders here in the forest, they could actually come out and decide this battle. That would be good. And now we have Khorne Gores coming in, which you would want to counter with something ranged ideally. Or with something like a Wildwood Ranger, or maybe Dryads. Okay, so that was just a terror route, I think. Over here there is really nothing left. And in the backfield we have the ranged archers. This grind here of the Wild Riders might just... No, it's gonna be lost to the Chaos Warriors that are fighting them here. Blood Beasts are gonna die from the ranged fire. You could have moved the range a little bit closer to do more damage. And probably cycle charging would have been helpful here, although shooting into the rear of these shielded units is good value. But no, they broke them. Silver shields. And we are still completely even in value. That is so strange when you look at this map and you see nothing but blue. But the triple cap is going to be brutal. The triple cap has already led to a triple cap scenario where Caleb will have to hold 3 objectives from now on until the end of the game to win. Even if he got 2 objectives right now, he'd still lose. Because he needs another 6, the opponent needs another 600 and he needs more than 1200 to win. Okay, the Forsaken are going to be broken there by the combined attack of the Sisters and the Wild Riders. The Bow Riders circling around the back. Technically the Wood Elves have a lead now, but I don't see how. The Dryads are broken on the Furies. The Spears charging into the Marauders. The Spears tell me that he's out of summons. He has nothing better than Spears to call in, and Spears are as close to worthless here as possible. The Furies are counter. Yeah, Furies are counter to unarmored Cav, and this is exactly what's sitting here. Cav needs the charge bonus to succeed, and Furies deny them the charge bonus because yeah, you can't charge flying units. Flying units charge you, so that's not going to work. Here, terrible damage on the Wild Riders, probably issued by either a Sleipnir or the Khorne Gores. I didn't see that. And now the Spellsinger here is coming in, Spellsinger of Life, probably with Awakening of the Woods, or no, just a regrowth, okay? It's also an interesting choice here at that point. The dogs are chasing off the ranged Cav, and it's a pretty empty battlefield, if you ask me. Both players at nearly 10,000 value. Khorne now taking the lead, and yes, this was unavoidable. The Wood Elves really didn't have a chance here. Okay, that concludes this leg of the semifinals. Let's check if the other leg is also completed. Oh, not yet. So Kane is moving on Corn. And it's going to put his name onto the Hall of Fame. He has not won this tournament before. Manlum has won this tournament before. And Empire for Hire, I think, hasn't won it before either. Nope. So we have 3 contenders right now for the title, 2 of which would be a first-time winner of this format. Manlum and Empire for Hire are still playing. And that's Empire against Vampire Counts. Well done to Kane and GG to Caleb. Okay, let's check the bracket. Maybe Manlum and Empire are also done. Okay, yeah, Caleb just told me that Kane is actually the only one he lost to in this tournament because he played him in round 5 and lost, and now faced him in the semis and lost to him again. So that was a rough one. Hey, Chef, welcome to the chat. So that was a nice match. I enjoyed that. And let's hope that the final match will be up very quickly. Wanna check how you doing? Still not reported. That was a good match. I was glad I was streaming. That was fun to cast. I think Korn has actually won this format before. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Didn't do terribly well with them. I think I have a pretty steep learning curve ahead of myself here in learning vampire counts. I have this basic build, which is like a man-tide kind of build, which works against some factions, I'm sure. But for that build, at least, I was a bit unlucky today. I got a matchup with Khorne, which pretty much hard counters vampire counts. I had a match against Chaos Dwarfs, which are decently hard counter, medium hard counter, I would say. Empire is not a super hard counter, but I lost anyways, so that was too bad. And the final match, what was the final match? Oh yeah, that was the one I won, I think. I won one match against... Hang on, I have to check the brackets. Which one did I win? I won this second round, I think. Yeah, against Realm. And Realm was... Oh yeah, that was the one I played terribly against Tomb Kings, and I just barely won that one. So I had 2 points in the end, and one was from a bye round, so that didn't go so well. And yeah, so for my first day of playing Vampire Counts, that was pretty rough. And Tomb Kings is a bad matchup as well because they get their heals no matter what, and I actually have to have the corpse card or use some tech. So it was a pretty bad matchup. I played 4 friendlies today to get into it, and I won all 4 of them. But I guess they were against players who weren't as experienced against Vampire Counts, I assume. So yeah, that was my rough day. But I got to cast a total of 3 matches today, so that's great. And I think when I am disqualified from this format, I will keep running these as a casting format. So I will keep running them once a week on the intermediate, just as a service to the community, streaming, casting the matches, and then I can cut some highlight matches from the stream and release them as standalone. So Bandlum won the semifinals against Empire for Hire. I guess Vampire Counts are supposed to be favored here. And now in the finals, we will see Vampire Counts against Korn. Okay, so now Manlum on Counts will face K-Knight on Korn, which is, I would argue, probably one of the hardest counters or to the Vampire Counts. So yeah, we are gonna see. I'm just gonna stay in Kane's lobby because that's the place to be. That's where the finals will be fought. And I'm gonna put up my blocker just in case, so that nothing terrible happens. And yeah, so this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be. It might be like super one-sided, but I know that Manlum is RTK and Kane is red, right? So we have two different clans facing off here in the finals, and I believe. Let me just double check so I don't say anything wrong. Yeah, Kane is red and Manlum is an aspirant for RTK, so this is a bit of a clan match, and we're going to see the tech from the clans. I think Manlum has been coached by some of the clan mates. And yeah, let's see what happens. Actually invite Manlum to the lobby. And we're gonna see this one. This is gonna be a good one. And welcome to the chat, August. I can finally remember who you are. I thought there was another Scandinavian name on the chat, but it was you. It was you indeed. Okay, so Manlum is quietly raging, probably facing Korn in the finals. But then the upside is he can play Vampire Counts once again. Okay, let's see what they come up with in terms of builds. All right, let's see what they're cooking up here. Some degenerate stuff, probably. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because Kane gave me this build earlier, and I could give it to Manlam now to level the playing field a little bit, but I'm not going to do that. I give it to him afterwards, so that we can have a more balanced match here. But I think Manlam knows fairly well what he's doing here. I see him building his army, and yeah, let's see. So we're on Proving Grounds, a Beastman themed map. Khorne against Vampire Counts. I guess Khorne is at least Beastman adjacent. There could be a Khorne leaning tribe of Beastmen, certainly. Now we're going to find out if Khorne hard counters the Counts as much as they say, or as much as it felt to me when I experienced it a few rounds ago, or whether Manlam has the tech to defeat this. Be fun to see two super elite builds facing off here. I have a feeling that Manlam is sitting somewhere on the RTK server here, getting some coaching down. And that looks pretty competent. All right. Khorne is pretty much done with the build, I think. Okay, yeah, Khorne has finished up. Okay, and so has Manlam. They're starting. And here we go. This is what we get. Same build that I faced. Super elite build with Wrathmongers up the wazoo. And on the other side we have Graveguard Great Weapon. Pretty much the best one-on-one counter the Counts have. I'm just not sure it's enough. And the Slaughter Guard over here are probably here to remove the horrors, the corpse cards, and the Lord if the Lord lands. So, GLHF to both opponents. This is one where two really chill dudes are playing against each other, so I have absolutely no favorite here in this match. Khorne is probably the more likable faction compared to the Counts, but yeah, really no emotional attachment here in any way. So I'm hopefully going to be as neutral as you can be. Of course, as soon as the match starts, you are going to develop a certain bias towards the player who plays better. So that's probably going to happen here as well. Oh, not going to zoom around here and look at the units because we've just looked at the builds on the load screen. And let's see. Okay, we're already live. And they picked the same side to deploy, so nobody's worrying about this objective here. There's probably going to be a horseman going over there to cap that point, because the Vampire Counts are not going to waste resources on summoning a Blood Knight or something over here to get that. And I doubt in a match against Khorne that Manlam would bring wolves. So there's no cheap capture weight for the Counts at all. Like in our match, I believe that Kane is going to focus on one objective here. with the goal to just simply outgrind the vampire counts. And whatever the vampire count army focuses on, the Coronate army is going to follow. So we have, yeah, K-Nate with the Coronate army. Bit of a tongue twister, in fairness. Alright. First capture point taken is a Corn point. And let's see, does he have the gaze? No, he does not have... Oh yeah, he does, yes. Invocation, and the gaze of Nagash. That could work out just fine. Swarm of Flies, I thought it was a Nurgle ability, but apparently you also have it on the Zombie Dragon. Alright, so how are we going to do this? He's going to send over the Marauders and Skull Taker to take that point and secure it with the Marauders. And then over here, he's bringing in his ranged to whittle down all the unshielded units that the vampire counts have here. These are the axe throwers, so they are armor-piercing missiles, and you see how much damage they're doing to the great weapon. That's a rough start for the vampire counts for sure. Okay, almost got the horse he's caught. He probably wanted to try and throw some axes into the crypt horrors. But I wouldn't worry about the crypt horrors, honestly, because they are going to get farmed by the Slaughter Guard and the next Corn Gores that I'm certainly going to get summoned in here. Alright, the value is really, really good into the Graveguard, it seems, but now there's some Blood Knights chasing away the Axe Throwers. But is it enough? Okay, this is the Lance variety, so they have a massive charge bonus, but lower melee defense than the other Blood Knights. Is this, yeah, just about in time to get away. They don't get their charge bonus into the Wrathmongers, but when you pull Calf away when it's being charged, usually the charge bonus just fizzles out, so there's nothing really happening here. And now what I think Khorne is going to do is they will try to fight on the point. So they're waiting for the vampire counts to come, because they have no benefit of fighting over here or further towards that point, because then this point could be recapped by some knights or something from the gremlins calling in. So in this case, if they're fighting on this point, they're gonna have to capture weight as soon as they start thinning out the chaff, and that's exactly what they want. Okay, they're missing the charge. No, they almost missed the charge. Got a slight charge off here. Now the Slaughter Guard on top of the Horrors. The Horrors should have probably been swung around here into one of these Wrathmongers, and the horses are about to be caught. I would pull them back a little bit. Oh, the Furies countering the Horsemen. Sorry, not Furies, it's only Bats. That gaze was probably misplaced, I would say. The gaze is the only tool outside the breath attack that the vampire counts have against the Wrathmongers. They're not going to whittle them down, although the Graveguard are doing all right there. But the gaze is the best tool the vampire counts have against the Wrathmongers, and wasting them on horsemen is probably not perfect. You might be better off trying to isolate them and get them with air, or just ignore them ideally. I don't know. They're already low on ammo. I think they have had their use, and maybe you can catch them with the Blood Knights. Blood Knights are slower, of course, at 70 speed, but you can pin them with a unit of bats and then take them out. But for now, Khorne is 2,000 points ahead, and that's even worse than in our match, because I held the value for quite a long time, actually the whole match almost, until the Swords of Khorne came at dropping, and then things changed around. The Lord also took a lot of the damage when he was close to the Slaughter Guard over here. The Corpse Card taken out by the Slaughter Guard, you should keep it away from there for sure. And now look at this damage. Look at this damage on the Black Knights, just from being in melee with the Slaughter Guard for 10 seconds. The Graveguard being taken out here by Khorne. Now Khorne has the double value from the vampire counts. So this build is certainly better suited to fighting Khorne, but it's still outmatched, clearly. And also, there's more misplays on this side than on the other side. So that was rough. That was a pretty short and pretty decisive match. Khorne is super favored here, especially on this skill level. So this is a hard skill check. You either absolutely know how to counter Khorne as a Vampire Counts player, or you are going to get dumpstered, and that's what happened here. Same thing that happened to me a few rounds ago. Great show from Kane. He absolutely deserved this win, and now he's banned from playing from playing Khorne in the intermediate format. But in all fairness, Kane is so close to being too good for this format at 47% win rate that he might not be playing this format much longer, but he is welcome to keep playing here until his win rate is through the roof and he can no longer play. So kudos to him. Very well done. Good match. Was fun, even though it was one-sided. And GG to our champion. GG to our runner-up. Now, as is customary, I will play one match against chat. So anyone in chat who wants to play a quick match, just reach out to me via DM, and we're going to set up a quick match. We can either do a blind pick, or we can do a random blind pick, which is the most casual format, I think. So we each play a random faction and just see how it goes. So if you want to play a match with me, just reach out. I think there's 7 people in chat at the moment. And I'm going to stream that match. And then after that, we're going to finish this stream. All right. Okay. It's getting late, so I don't know if there's going to be many people. Toaster is reaching out. Toaster, yes, okay. All right. He was the first to reach out. We can play this match. And let's see. Let's just see. I'm going to set up a lobby and invite Toaster. And okay. Okay. Toaster was actually just reaching out to beg me to ban Arrows of Cornus on a second cast. Yeah, if you feel that anything should be restricted, just send me the replays and I'm gonna review them. That's totally fine. It's frustrating, yeah. When you go up against a build where you just don't know what you're doing and don't know what you're supposed to do. I understand that it's frustrating, but doesn't necessarily mean that the opposing build is OP. Yeah, you didn't hear me complaining about the Wrathmonger build, which is like totally OP against Vampire Counts, and which would take a good player and a good build to deal with. And then again, you'd have to skew the Vampire Count build so hard to be able to deal with that build that you would be weak against other builds. All right, we're going to close it off here. Adam would have played, but he's on some... have to download the game again, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to close it off here. Thank you all guys for watching. Have a good evening, have a good day, have a wonderful time, and I'll be back in 2 days on Thursday, an hour earlier than today, with an advanced tournament, and then on Friday after end stream, I will run another hat trick. So that's going to be a good time. And yeah, if you are watching and not subscribed yet, please give me a subscribe. I'm trying to make it up to 1,000 subs. And I'm also going to be releasing some highlights from the stream. Probably the semis that we watched, because that was a pretty good match. And if you've had any matches on the stream that you would like me to cast, then send me the replays on my server. I'm going to pop the server link, invitation link, into the chat right now, so that you don't have to dig it up from the description. And you just pop your replays into that channel there. I promise I will get around to it. Haven't yet, but I will. So, and I think somebody's still writing a DM there. Just gonna wait for that message. Alrighty guys, I think we're done here. Have a good time and enjoy. We'll see each other in 2 days. Oh yeah, and I want to play the outro, of course, as the intro.